Honestly, I used to dread the winters here in Vermont. It is cold and dark by 4 p.m. and my favorite hobby of gardening is usually under 6 inches of snow. But my wife and I still have 27 years left on our mortgage, manifesting less. So I have been finding ways to enjoy this time of year instead of despise it. Recently, I shared a blog with 8 surprising ways to ease the winter blues, and the last tip was to find ways to embrace this time of year, either through outdoor sports like skiing or snowshoeing or sledding, or if you're like me and you prefer to stay inside and nice and warm, finding some cozy hobbies you can look forward to. So grab a warm beverage. I have a little golden milk latte here. Get nice and comfy, and let's dive into those 10 cozy hobbies. The first hobby is crocheting or knitting, whichever one you prefer, but I have recently become obsessed with crochet. It is surprisingly easy to do, and once you get down a few basic stitches, you can create so many things. I kind of went a little wild and made everybody a crochet gift for Christmas and keep making my wife these adorable little amigurumi toys. And I don't see this stopping anytime soon. And if you're like, Tara, this seems like way harder than you're making it out to be, there are little kits like Woobles that I've seen online to get you started. I will link some stuff below. I'll also link my Pinterest boards with tons of beginner patterns to try. But if you've been looking for something to cozy up with and kind of keep your hands busy while you're watching TV or whatever you do at night, I would highly recommend trying this out because it is so cheap to start. If you make a mistake, you just pull the yarn out and start again, and I promise it is so much easier than you think. The second cozy hobby is kind of a classic one, which is reading. And before you roll your eyes at me and go to the next video on YouTube, if you don't like reading, I think you just haven't found the right book yet. Because I was the same way in elementary school, hated every single novel we had to read. But once I found personal development and also psychology books, I actually find myself really looking forward to reading every night. So if you haven't found a book you love yet, or I guess a genre you love yet, go get yourself a free library card. Grab a few books, try out some new genres, find something you like, and if you really can't get into reading, try Audible or even start doing online courses. There's things like Skillshare or Masterclass that gives you tons of information, and all you have to do is listen. This next one is something my wife is more into, but I have found my own way to enjoy it, and that is video games. I have become obsessed with the little farm sim games because, like I said, gardening is my favorite hobby, so if I can't do it physically, I might as well do it digitally. And I have found so many games in this cozy video game genre. There is things like Wildflowers, that's a little bit witchy. There's the classic Animal Crossing that everyone was obsessed with years ago. You can even get into like the Mario games. Some of them are really fun and cute. The Kirby games are also adorable. There are so many different cozy video games out there, and there's actually a creator on here who talks a lot about them. So I will link her channel below so you can get all of the ideas for what cozy video games you could start this winter. Number 4 is also one that my wife enjoys more than me, which is puzzles. I just find them too overwhelming, especially when it's like 1,000 pieces. Where do I even begin? So I have found that I actually enjoy Legos more because there's a little instruction book that literally tells you step by step what to do, and they come in numbered bags. So it just feels way less chaotic, much more organized, and I personally enjoy that a lot more. But if you are into puzzles and you have this common struggle of where the heck do I put the puzzle when I'm not doing it? Because most of us don't just have like a huge table that we're not using to leave a puzzle on for weeks, I found a solution. I got my wife this puzzle board from Amazon for Christmas, and she loves it. There's little drawers to organize all of the pieces, and it easily slips under our couch, so when she's not using it, it's out of the way, and anytime she does want to get a few pieces in there, she can simply pull it out, put it on our ottoman, and go to town. So I will link that puzzle board below for you, and I'll also link below this really cool Lego orchid we did. It is so pretty, and the fact that Lego is now making more feminine pieces, it just makes my heart so happy, and I want their entire flower collection now. The fifth cozy hobby to start this winter is baking. And in particular, I'm gonna say baking sourdough bread, because usually baking, it only takes you about an hour, and then you have an entire plate of brownies or cookies, and I don't want you baking a million things every single day. Although I guess you could just give it away to your neighbors. But I personally really enjoy baking sourdough because you have to feed the starter and knead it and ferment it. And there's kind of like a whole science and art to it. And I never know how my loaf is going to come out until it comes out of the oven. So it's also a surprise. And I've just really enjoyed it this past year, making all of the bread in this house and even using the starter for other things like English muffins and cinnamon rolls. And there's just so much you can do with sourdough. So if you're not one of the people that got into it during 2020, maybe this is your sign to start your own starter and play a little bit with making your own bread. Quick break, so now look and watch the plow go by. We have gotten quite a bit of snow, and she really likes barking at them. That's such a good girl. Thank you for not barking at the plow driver. He's just helping. This next one, people may debate, isn't a hobby, but I really enjoy doing it, and that is barre or yoga classes in the winter. Something about these types of workouts just feels so cozy. Like you could wear little leg warmers, a cute sweater, put your hair in a bun, play some classical music, and kind of have a whole Barbie and the Nutcracker vibe going. At least that's how I imagine myself doing these workouts. And also you have the benefit of working out and releasing all of the serotonin and the dopamine and the oxytocin, and basically making yourself feel really good. So I will link below my favorite at-home barre workouts and also the yoga classes that I have been doing for literally like the past 7 years. This next hobby is one that I have been wanting to get into and just haven't really done it yet, even though I bought the kit off of Amazon. That is candle making. Something about it just feels so whimsical. Like I'm in a little cottage making my own candles and putting my little essential oils in them. And most likely if you're watching this video, you're probably burning a candle because you're into the cozy vibes. So if you haven't gotten into this yet, or you think that maybe it would be fun to create your own custom scent, get into candle making. The kit that I bought wasn't that expensive, and honestly, all you do is melt it, add some scents, put the wick in, and then wait for it to dry. So it seems really simple to get into. This next hobby is gonna make me sound kind of old, but I don't even care because it brings so much joy to my day. Bird watching is so magical. My wife and I put a bird feeder out on our deck in the winter, and seeing them fly back and forth and grab little sunflower seeds and just flutter around, it's so whimsical. Like I feel like I'm Cinderella or Snow White and they're coming to help me clean the house or make food or, whatever they do in the Disney movies. And it's just really fun to connect with nature in that way, especially when you're stuck inside all winter. I don't know. It's really fun. I enjoy it. And it's like literally free to start. Just look outside and then Google what kind of birds you have. Or you can get these cute little pamphlets that me and my wife have. We also have binoculars. Like we've really gotten into this hobby. I think that just happens though when you buy a house. I keep seeing memes online about that, and they're 100% true. The ninth cozy hobby is another one to help you connect with nature, even if it is under 6 inches of snow. And that is indoor gardening. All you need is a sunny windowsill and you can grow herbs, succulents, even flowers inside over the winter. And if you don't have a sunny windowsill, they make these cute little light up planters, and I find they actually work really well. And on top of growing things inside, you could also start planning your garden for next year, painting flower pots, going through seed catalogs. There is so much more to gardening than actually just growing the things. This last cozy hobby is one that I find a lot of nostalgia in, and it helps me connect with my inner child, which is coloring, or if you prefer, painting. but I just find it so relaxing and kind of mindless because you don't have to think about what you're drawing or be really crafty or creative. You just color in the blanks with whatever color you enjoy. And I find I can also do this while we're watching TV at night or I'm listening to a podcast. So it's a really easy way to give my hands something to do and relax while also listening to something else. So try this one out. If you don't try any of the hobbies I gave you, do at least this one because I promise it'll help you connect with your inner child as well. And those are all of our cozy hobbies for winter. I'm sure there's even more out there, so if you think of one, feel free to comment it below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you found this helpful. And I will see you another day with another video full of tips to help you live your most magical life, no matter what season it is. Can you say bye? Bye, friends.